Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love. Neelam tells Karishma that as long as Lakshmi is Rishi's life, then she will continue to protect and support Lakshmi. Then she asks Karishma to ask Malishka to leave the house. Then while Rishi and Malishka were trying to lie to Neha about their affair that they were not arguing, they lied to her that they were planning a surprise for Lakshmi. Meanwhile, that was a lie. So let's continue from there. Rishi asked the servant to decorate his room for a candlelight dinner. Karishma asked Rishi if he would do the candlelight dinner with Lakshmi. Rishi says, I have to. Shalu told Lakshmi by mistake. Karishma asks if someone will keep gun on his head if he doesn't do it. Rishi tells Karishma that the matter is about Lakshmi's feelings. Lakshmi might be expecting that I have planned surprise dinner for her. He says if I don't plan this surprise, then Lakshmi will feel bad and it will not be good. He says like Lakshmi is, how we thought about her and says sorry, I cannot make you understand. Karishma asks Rishi to tell her what is going on in his mind. Rishi says Lakshmi is a very genuine girl with heart and intention. Lakshmi has a loving behavior and caring nature. She loves everyone a lot and she made them hers. He says whatever Lakshmi has done for me, nobody can do it. Rishi tells Karishma that I will do the dinner for Lakshmi's happiness. I should take care of her happiness. He says I love Malishka a lot, but that doesn't mean that I should cheat Lakshmi or backstab or ditch her. Rishi tells Karishma that I love Malishka before my marriage with Lakshmi and I wanted to tell Lakshmi about this, but mom and you did not let me do this. He says Lakshmi is a very nice and a pure soul. Whenever I am with her, I feel irritated on me. Rishi tells Karishma that I have done wrong with Lakshmi, but she always thinks good about me. He says this is the truth. Karishma says this is the reason that you started liking Lakshmi. Rishi says that is why I told you that I cannot make you understand, and it goes. Karishma says I understand that you have started liking Lakshmi and you did not realize this. Rishi says Lakshmi planting tulsi plant in the pot. He comes to her. A song plays in the background. Lakshmi smiles and signals to Rishi to give her water. Rishi makes Lakshmi wash her hand. Lakshmi keeps the pot and thanks Rishi. Rishi asks what happened. Lakshmi says you are becoming like me. Rishi asks what do you mean? Lakshmi says previously I used to nod my head and you are also doing the same thing now. Lakshmi tells Rishi that I nod my head to say yes and says your own nod means okay. She says you talk less nowadays. Rishi says he has stress. Lakshmi asks Rishi to tell her what is the stress and says there should be no secret between us. Rishi tells Lakshmi that I did bad with someone. Lakshmi says now you are feeling bad and she asks him to apologize to that person if he really means it. Rishi asks, will you forgive me? Lakshmi asks why. Did you offend me? Rishi looks on. Shalu brings tea and gives it to Ayush. She then stamps on his foot. He shouts. Shalu asks, did you get hurt? And you are shouting like girls. Ranu scolds Shalu for eating Ayush. Shalu says it happened by mistake. Ayush says okay. He tastes the tea and says wow. Ayush says the tea is a waste. Bani says it is good. I will call Pinky to taste it. Ayush says the taste is not like Lakshmi's tea. Shalu says you like Lakshmi's tea and says whatever Lakshmi makes become tasty. She makes tasty food like our mother. Ayush says you have become serious and says it is really tasty. I will drink it at once. Ayush drinks the tea and says mommy it was hot. Ranu asks Ayush to have biscuit. Rishi recalls Neelam asking him not to tell Lakshmi about his bad luck and also Neelam making him swear that he will not tell Lakshmi. Lakshmi asks Rishi that why are you apologizing to me? Have you done anything? Rishi tells Lakshmi that I have done bad with you. Please forgive me. He says I stay away from you and I make you feel that I don't want to talk to you. Lakshmi says you are sorry for this and says I thought you don't like me. She says I felt strange because you were different after our marriage, but your eyes tells me everything. Lakshmi tells Rishi that your eyes make me feel that you are mine. If you look at me with love, then that love stays with me all day. She says you cannot stay away from me. You can stay closer to me. She asks if he thinks that something is missing from her side. Rishi says never and says something is missing from my own side. Lakshmi says never. I trust you more than myself. Lakshmi gets emotional and gets teary eyes. Rishi signals to her tears. Lakshmi says Shalu says that I should work in a serial as I look good while crying. Rishi says you look good while smiling too. Lakshmi smiles. Rishi says perfect and he nods his head and goes. A song plays in the background. Lakshmi smiles. Virendra calls Sanjay and asks, "Do you want your bonus check or not?" Sanjay says, "Sorry, sir. Rishi asked me to decorate the room for the candlelight dinner." Virendra gets happy and hugs him and asks, "Why didn't you tell me before?" Virendra gives Sanjay the check and asks him to go. Grandma comes there and asks if Virendra is distributing hugs too along with money. Virendra says Rishi had caused Sanjay to decorate the room for the candlelight dinner. Grandma gets happy and says Rishi is trying to keep Lakshmi happy. Grandma asks Virendra that, "Do you know about the candlelight dinner?" Virendra says, "I understand everything," and he asks Grandma to talk in low tone. Grandma asks if she is afraid of anyone. Virendra says, "But you are scared of Neelam." Grandma gets tensed and Virendra smiles. Grandma scolds Virendra. Virendra says, "I am very happy, but please don't tell anyone." Ahana and Devika hears them and leave from there. Grandma says it is not less than a miracle that Rishi is doing this when Malishka is at home. Virendra tells Grandma that someone is making Rishi to do things that will make Lakshmi happy, and the person is Ganapati Bappa. He says, "I pray to Bappa that Rishi and Lakshmi should unite." Grandma says, "Even I did the same," and says, "High five." She hugs Virendra and says, "You are my favorite and you are dear to me." Lakshmi is going to her room. Virendra says Lakshmi's happiness will be much when she goes to Rishi's room. Lakshmi comes to her room and sees the decoration. She gets happy and smiles. Rishi says, "I will not call it as a surprise because you know about it." Lakshmi says, "I did not know that it would be so beautiful like this." Rishi tells Lakshmi that Sanjay did the decoration. "I will give your compliment to him." Lakshmi says, "But the surprise is yours." Rishi says, "You have the point." Lakshmi gives her hand in Rishi's hand and Rishi is surprised, and Rishi asks Lakshmi to come inside. Lakshmi walks on the flower petals holding Rishi's hands. A song plays in the background. Rishi removes the lids. Lakshmi looks at the food and says, "You remember it?" She thanks Rishi. Rishi tells Lakshmi that I should thank you for whatever you have done for me. Lakshmi says no need of thanking me because our relationship is such. We have taken rounds and promised each other to protect each other, and I did the same thing. Rishi thinks that Lakshmi had taken the promise during our marriage, but I just acted for Malishka and mom and to save my life. Lakshmi says when I was doing this, I did not remember the promises or the round. I just saw you and I wanted to save you, even if anything happens to me. Lakshmi tells Rishi that there is strength in 7 rounds. They bind 2 together for 7 baths. She gets hairy eyes and asks if she told much. Rishi says yes, we should talk about each other's bath later, and says let's decide about this bath. Lakshmi asks what happened. Rishi says you are very good, Lakshmi. Lakshmi smiles while a song plays in the background. Malishka comes to her room and she is restless. Sonia asks if she is thinking that what is going on between Rishi and Lakshmi. Malishka says there is nothing like that. Lakshmi tells Rishi that even you are good, more good than me. Rishi says there is nothing like this, and he asks Lakshmi not to flatter him. Lakshmi asks Rishi not to also flatter her. Rishi asks if she is copying him. Lakshmi says no, I am saying this because I feel scared that if you praise me so good, then I will get pride on myself. Rishi smiles. Lakshmi tells Rishi that I am not joking. Seriously, if you like me more, then. Rishi says, so you don't want me to like you? Lakshmi says, no, I want you to like me, only me and very much, and says I don't want you to praise me. Rishi says I have seen the girl for the first time who doesn't like to hear someone praising her. Rishi asks Lakshmi that why will you feel proud? Lakshmi says if the Rishi Oberoi likes me, then I will feel proud. She says one should not have pride because it breaks. Malishka thinks that only God knows what they are doing. She thinks that the mistake is mine. I should have said something and stopped Rishi from organizing the dinner. Rishi tells Lakshmi that everything is fine. If you want, then you can share something with me. Lakshmi says I used to feel proud that I have the best parent of the world, but now I don't have them and my pride is broken. Rishi says whenever I meet you and spend time with you, I discover something new about you in a good way. Rishi tells Lakshmi that good things should be said about you. Lakshmi says we can say it by eyes. Rishi looks on. Lakshmi keeps her hand on the table and she gets cut on her finger. Rishi says he will bring the ointment for her. Lakshmi says it is a small cut and asks him not to worry. Rishi gives Lakshmi tissue to clean her finger. Rishi asks Lakshmi not to hurt herself. Lakshmi asks, should we eat? Rishi says I will serve you. He serves Lakshmi's food. A song plays in the background. Rishi serves food in his plate and asks Lakshmi to eat. Lakshmi tries to eat, but she feels burning sensation in her finger due to the chili in the food. Rishi wipes her finger with tissue and offers to feed her. Lakshmi says, I would eat by myself. Rishi asks if she will feel ashamed if he makes her eat and says, I will not tell anyone. Ahana and Devika looks at them and smile. Lakshmi asks Rishi to eat. Rishi takes a bite and then makes Lakshmi eat. A song plays in the background. Devika says it seems that sister-in-law is hot and that is why our brother is making her eat with his hand. Ahana says sister-in-law is good. Brother cannot stay away from her. Devika says whenever Rishi is with Malishka, he has restlessness and aggression on his face, and when he is with Lakshmi, he looks soft and caring, as if he is getting peace. Ahana says Malishka is interested in our brother because half of our business is due to our brother's hotel. Devika says Malishka is selfish and stubborn. What she wants is what she always wants to get, and she doesn't care about other sentiment. Ahana says Malishka doesn't like me, but she likes Sonia. Devika says Malishka doesn't like me too. Ahana says Rishi fulfills all of Malishka's wishes. Devika says Malishka's wishes are never right. Ahana wishes that Lakshmi stays with Rishi always. Devika says it is my wish as well and says we should support Lakshmi without telling anyone. Ahana says okay, but let me look at them for some time more. Lakshmi tells Rishi that she had eaten enough food. Rishi says even I cannot eat dessert. Lakshmi asks what is sweet. She looks at the gulab jamun and shouts excitedly. Rishi says it is your favorite. Lakshmi says I used to eat it when the cake was cut. She offers Rishi gulab jamun in the spoon. Lakshmi tells Rishi that you feed me with the food, and she asks him to have the gulab jamun too. Malishka comes there and sees Rishi about to eat the gulab jamun from Lakshmi's hand, so she throws the verse away in anger. Rishi goes out. Lakshmi also comes out. Malishka lied that Ahana and Devika were standing and she did not see the vase and it falls. Lakshmi says she will pick it. Devika says I will ask the servant to pick it. Lakshmi says it is okay. She asks if you have any work. Malishka says that she has some work with Rishi, but you both are enjoying dinner. She says I will talk to him tomorrow. I am going now, and she goes. Rishi tells Lakshmi that he will talk to Malishka and come back. Rishi goes behind Malishka. Malishka comes to the room. Sonia asks what happened. Malishka asks Sonia to ask her brother. Sonia comes behind Malishka asking her to wait. Rishi comes there and asks that where is Malishka. Sonia says Malishka just left. Rishi goes behind Malishka and asks her to talk to him. Malishka says you have sweet with Lakshmi's hand. Rishi says what is the big deal if I made Lakshmi eat food with my hand? Malishka tells Rishi that you made Lakshmi have food with your hand and it was romantic. Rishi says Lakshmi had a cut in her hand and that is why I made her have food. He asks what is the problem if I made her have food with my hand. He asks Malishka to trust him and asks if this is your trust, I have to give explanation to you. Malishka tells Rishi that I am possessive about you. You got married to Lakshmi because of me. You cared for her and does dinner with her. She says I cannot bear it and I will not share your love and care with anyone. She says you are just mine. Malishka says she cannot share Rishi with anyone. Lakshmi gives back the vase. She thinks that Rishi went behind Malishka, even though Malishka said that she will talk to him tomorrow. She thinks that what was the urgency to talk to Malishka? Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it to anyone you think will be interested to watch, and I will see you all again in my next video. Thank you.